Mayor, Mr. City Manager, rest of the City Council. I'm here tonight to address two serious but they're connected issues. First of all, the conduct of your police department and the city's handling of my property. Let me be very clear from the beginning. You have already been placed on formal notice. You two, I know, have been sent letters. Certified letters were sent, and on March 17th, a federal civil rights lawsuit 42 USC 1983 was filed in the United States District Court in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, against the Independence Police Department, and the City of Independence, also against Christopher Bose, Officer Gabe Christensen, and two John Doe officers that we will be naming later. This lawsuit is not speculative and it's not exaggerated. It is grounded in evidence. I have video evidence from my house video. 2 videos on my house of what happened. I have had 4 shoulder surgeries, 3 of which are the result of your police department. The last shoulder surgery that I had was a week ago, and I was told that my shoulder cannot be repaired. It can no longer be repaired. It can't do anything for me. I had a shoulder surgery in November, and I woke up with 18 staples right here, because my muscle had retracted all the way up here. I'm almost 50 years old, but I can't rotate my arms like any one of you because of the way your police officers treated me on July 7th of 2024, after they knew by 3 adult witnesses that I had just had shoulder surgery a month before. And they knew that. And I have video evidence that they knew that. So there is a 1983 lawsuit that has been filed against this town and against this police department because of that. Since that night, I have undergone those surgeries, and most recent surgery April 1st of this year, and I now have been told there is no further repair that can be done, and I am seeing my doctor on Wednesday to find out if I'm gonna have to go to Iowa City or Rochester to have a balloon put in between the 2 bones in my arm just to relieve the pressure. That means I will be, until I'm 70 years old, the only damn thing that I will be able to do with my left arm is to pick up 20 pounds from here up to here. That's it. Not gonna be able to lift it up here. This is all the further I can lift my arm up. This is all the further I can lift it up this way. But y'all can lift your arms up, can't you? I can't. Sure can. Permanent damage. Permanent damage. This is now how I have to live the rest of my life. What should have been a routine rotator cuff surgery and a heal time has resulted in permanent damage. My children are scarred from that night as a result of your officers' actions. This is the result of the decisions made by your police department, decisions that reflect a failure of training, a failure of supervision, and a failure to follow clearly established constitutional standards. Now let's talk about the city. Last July, I was ordered under the threat of removal and destruction to move a repurposed flower planter from the right-of-way. I complied under that threat and moved it onto my property. The city's actions regarding my property also raises serious constitutional concerns under both the First and 14th Amendments. The repurposed planter at issue is not merely an object, but a form of personal expression and property use implicating protected expressive conduct under the First Amendment. At the same time, the selective enforcement of municipal authority requiring the removal of my planter while permitting similar or more substantial objects to remain implicates the Equal Protection Clause under Village of Willowbrook versus Olek, a class of 1, claim arises when a property owner is intentionally treated differently from others similarly situated without a rational basis. Here, the city's justification has shifted from safety concerns to public complaints, while comparable objects remain undisturbed, raising clear concerns of arbitrary enforcement, unequal treatment, and impermissible intrusion upon protected expression. At that time, I raised a very simple point. Other residents have structures, brick mailboxes, landscaping features, and similar fixtures that pose equal or greater risk. Since then, the city has shifted its position. Now residents are being told to remove those structures or sign waivers. Bricks around the mailboxes, gotta sign waivers for that to remove them. But you say it's to protect the city plows. That shift did not happen because of safety. It happened because I refused to be quiet. What this shows is selective enforcement. It shows inconsistency, and it shows that decisions are being made in response to complaints and pressure, not based on uniform application of law. So I'm going to be equally clear about what comes next. I am fully prepared to file an additional federal lawsuit rights against the City of Independence for violation of my constitutional rights, including First Amendment protections and equal protection under the law. This isn't a bluff. I have documentation. I have photographs. I have addresses. I have evidence that demonstrates unequal enforcement. And I understand exactly how a 1983 litigation works. If this proceeds, the city will be required to defend its actions in federal court. That means attorney's fees. That means time, and that means expense, and that means exposure. So this is where we are. You can correct this now, voluntarily, responsibly, and without further escalation. Or you can explain it in federal court. Those are your options. You know how to contact me. And just to let you know, your complaint that you got, your few complaints that you got for one repurposed toilet, now you're going to get complaints on 8 repurposed toilets, because there will be 8 of them in my lawn this year with red, white, and blue flowers in them to celebrate the 250th birthday of our country. And I will make sure that they are in my lawn. So you don't have to send out the code enforcement officer, because I know what my lawn is. I had him out last year. So once again, I will reiterate, you can correct this now, voluntarily, responsibly, and without further escalation. Or you can explain it in federal court. Those are your options. And you know how to get to contact me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Benjamin. All right, let's move to the consent agenda. I need a motion to accept and approve the consent agenda that